Hi everyone, welcome back to the Torok channel. So today is a new video about unboxing, demoing and reviewing a guitar. So this time, as you can see on the box, it's an ESP, well, LTD for this case. What you're going to discover with me is an LTD EC-256, one of the most popular guitars from the brand, and the most popular alternative to Gibson and Epiphone's single cut guitars. What you have to know just before I unbox this guitar is that I have been a user of ESP LTD for a long time. The first expensive guitar I had bought back in 1998, really a long time ago, was an ESP Eclipse, and I have always considered this brand as very good. I still consider ESP LTD as a really good brand, so let's discover this EC-256 together. Wow. I don't know how it looks through the eyes of the camera, but in person, this purple color is really very nice. This guitar is 429 euros here in France, so very affordable guitar. And very nice finish for such an affordable guitar. As far as the finish is concerned, I can see no flaw, the binding or anywhere. So good job from this point. Okay, very nice looking guitar. The painting does feel maybe a little bit sticky. My palms are a tiny bit wet, you know. Has to be mentioned. Okay, the frets. Very important. No sharp edge. Feels okay. I guess it's out of tune. Totally out of tune, which is totally not logical. The pickups you can see here are from ESP LTD. These are the LH150, something like that. We're gonna see and we're gonna discover together how this guitar sounds. Just a quick look at the action. It looks a tiny bit high to me. The curve of the neck could be higher. And just I'm gonna check it out with my rock and ruler. 2 millimeters on the lowest side. Yeah, 175 on the high E side, but I think I will have to curve the neck a tiny bit. I'm gonna try it as such, of course, but apart from that, what I think out of the box, just time to set the guitar in tune and it's ready to play, so nice job from this point on. So now it's the time to come and demo this guitar in the mix, so here we go. Okay, so what you've just heard is this LTD EC-256, very nice guitar, pretty dark sounding, but very inspiring. I'm gonna talk to you first about the color of this guitar. As you can see, nice purple finish. The world needs more purple guitar. But if you are in something like dark light or a cloudy light or something like that, I mean, if you don't have a bright light before you, this guitar can look completely black. Because the purple is pretty dark, well, if you don't have enough light to see it as such, you can have the feeling you've got a black guitar. As far as I'm concerned, it's not a problem, but it had to be mentioned. And another thing I have noticed about the color of the guitar, I'm going to show you pics. Okay, so that's the color of the guitar as it is right now, as I have. And that is the color of the same guitar as seen on the ESP Guitars website right now. So, is that a mistake from ESP? Is that the sign that for 2021 the color will change? I don't know, but it's worth taking a look. And if you buy one from the 2021 batch, or maybe you have the purple you see on ESP website, because I don't think they're cheating about the color of their guitars. So, okay, maybe there's going to be some change. And now let's talk about what you couldn't hear here, so the demo. Okay, so start with the headstock as usual. So black headstock, no matching headstock, because we are on an affordable guitar, 429 euros. The tuners are from the brand LTD, so homemade. Pretty good, I must say. Fluid move, no stability issue, nothing bad. The nut, it feels like plastic, not graphite or something. So maybe that's something that can be improved, but the cut of the nut is pretty nice. The frets, as I said during the unboxing, no sharp edge, rounded, leveled. Just 1 point as far as the polish goes. I think the frets have been polished, but the job could have been done a better way. I'm gonna let you hear that. There's a little bit of scratch, and I mean, it depends upon where you take the string. Here I am G string. If I go to the D string, okay. Sometimes you really hear the scratch pretty loud, and sometimes you don't hear them that much. So I think this guitar could deserve a better polish job, but really it's something that's easy to do by yourself. Okay, the bridge and tailpiece are also homemade by ESP LTD. It looks like it's pretty good quality hardware, so nothing bad to say about that. The pots are easy to use. The place of the pot is good. As often, and that's ESP LTD's logic, this pot goes for the bridge pickup, this one goes for the neck pickup, and here is the master tone. As far as the finish of this guitar goes, well, I have seen absolutely no flaw. It's a very nicely made guitar, so really very good job, very interesting, because on this kind of affordable guitar, you don't always, sorry, yeah, it's a bit dirty, you don't always have this kind of high quality finish. So very interesting for the price, very inspiring guitar, I must say. I don't know why, but there's something in the tone of this guitar that really suits me and that really inspires me. I don't know why, but okay, I just noticed that. Right, so now we're gonna listen to this guitar alone, but just before we go there, I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel if it's not already done. Leave thumbs up if you like my videos. Of course, leave comments if you have something to say. And if you buy anything from my partner Toman, may it be this guitar, another guitar, bass, piano, saxophone, whatever you may buy, please use my partner link that's gonna be in the description down below. It's gonna help me a lot make more content on this channel, and for you it's gonna be the exact same thing as any regular order you would pass on Toman. So thanks in advance for your help. Let's go listen to this guitar alone, and I'm coming back to talk to you about the playability of this guitar. Okay, and now let's talk about the playability of this guitar. So first, it's 3.3 kilograms, so pretty light, very interesting from this point. Let's check if it has a neck dive. Okay, no neck dive, so very nice point. About playability still. So you have a belly cut here. It makes it pretty comfortable to play sitting or standing, but when you play sitting, you know, it's always interesting to have this belly cut, or at least to have a rounded edge, because it doesn't hit your ribs. If you have a guitar that has sharp edge here, of course, no cut, sometimes it's pretty uncomfortable for the ribs. Okay, so frets are extra jumbo, so that's a very nice point for me when it comes to playability, because extra jumbo frets are more reactive and easier to play, especially if you play this kind of chords. And if you're a beginner, you will appreciate that. Another point that has to be mentioned is the access to the upper frets. So as you can see, there's a pretty massive neck heel there. So I'm going to put my hand right there, turn the guitar back and see where my fingers go. So this finger goes to the 17th fret. So if you want to access the 22nd, so on the highest string, no problem, B string, no problem, G string, no problem. From the D string on, because my fingers are not very long, I can sense it starts being a bit complicated. A string, of course, is harder, and the lowest string requires really agility, and it's really complicated to go this far. Now, I guess you don't always go that high on the lowest string, but you have to know that the access to the 22nd fret is not the best I have seen, especially on a single cut guitar, because of the neck heel. If you go for high range LTD, for instance, the EC-1000, EC-1001, you will have an easy access neck, so you will not encounter this problem, but of course the price is absolutely not the same. Okay, and finally, the shape of the neck is a U-shaped neck, so you've got 20 millimeters on the nut, 22 millimeters on the 12th fret. It's a U shape, but with not too large shoulders, so it's pretty close to what you would find on some D shape. For instance, I'm thinking about Dean guitars. I have a Dean Custom 450 here, which has got a D shape, and there's not a lot of difference. You sense it's larger here and still very flat there, but I have played LTD guitars that had larger shoulders, so to me it's less comfortable. I mean, my favorite neck shape is C, and that's the reason why I have so many Schecter guitars, not only because they are very good guitars, but also because they all come with a C-shaped neck. But I have felt pretty easy on this this U-shaped neck because it's not too large on the shoulders. And contrary to what I said when I have unboxed the guitar, the paint job is not really sticky, you know. Right now my palms are a tiny bit wet, and you know, I don't feel uncomfortable when playing, when having my hand sliding from one point to another on the neck. So of course the ultimate test is in summer when your palms are really wet, when it's really hot out there. But this far, well, I mean, so far so good. Okay, so that's all I had to say about this guitar. I find it very inspiring, very nice. I love the sound it has. Really, those pickups are pretty surprising because, you know, they're just stock pickups from ESP LTD. They can be found used for something like 50 or 60 bucks if you want some. And really, I don't feel I need to change them right now. I can use them, I can play them. They are pretty versatile, very interesting. The split mode is interesting because, of course, when you split this kind of pickups, you must not expect to have the same sound as with single coils, but you have something a bit brighter. And since the sound of this guitar is pretty dark, this little more brightness is interesting, especially for playing clean, and why not for playing leads, you know? So it makes this guitar very interesting, completely versatile, and yeah, that's what I like. Okay, so that's what I had to say about this guitar. It's not the best guitar I have played, but it's far from the worst to be honest. Very nice, very inspiring, and I like the sound it has. So, for my next video, because some of you have already asked it to me, I'm going to compare this guitar with the Harley Benton SC550 Plus, which is going to be also a comparison with the SC Custom Plus, because these two guitars, 550 Plus and Custom Plus from Harley Benton, are very close to one another. So I'm gonna do this comparison for my next video, but for this one, well, that's over. Thanks for watching and see you next time.